Good evening, everybody. How we doing? Welcome to the stream tonight. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. Whew, we don't really have too much of plan for tonight's stream. Stephen, welcome, my friend. Umesh, long time no see, buddy. How you been? Hope everything's good on your end. Hope it's a bit warmer than cold Melbourne right now. Oh, I don't exactly know what we're going to do tonight, folks. Wing it, exactly. What was I doing prior? We looked at like Maya 2024 stuff last week. But this week I kind of wanted to jump back into some of my rigs. Before that, I think we were doing some of the squishy squirrel dude. And since then, I've developed a bunch of, we were talking about like renaming modules and things like that, and I've done a bunch of stuff since then. So I want to get that integrated in some of the tail character and also maybe the biped leg character. Yeah, something like that. Maybe some like scale-based stuff as well. I was having some issues with that, so I was wanting to integrate like a scale fix sort of thing, because I'm not actually too sure how scale works in video games and in game engines, and how it needs to like distribute down joint chains. So I need to do some testing with that. So yeah, let's just hop right into Maya now and give it a go, shall we? Sure, all good. Quite busy with work. How about you? Yeah, I've been busy myself, man. That's why I don't really have a plan for the stream tonight. I only stopped working about like an hour ago. Just because I'm doing a lot of like bespoke custom rigging at the moment. Particularly, it's a really fun challenge, but man, it's taking a lot of like trial and error just to get something. The name of the game is like simplicity, you know? Don't overcomplicate things. Try and like grind it down to the simplest sort of solution, and that often ends up being the best one. Yeah, let's run through. I've got tail B. So, yeah, this has sort of been an ongoing thing. I can't remember how much we were talking about in previous streams, but I've been reworking some of my naming conventions. And in order to accommodate that, I've been reworking how my modules work a little bit. So which it essentially means now I've got two systems. I've got a rig core A and a rig core B. And rig core B pulls off of modules B. So we've got like two going separately. Just to allow the usage of this namespace. So I'm basically like converting stuff from my previous one over to this newer one. Done it for basic biped stuff. Still need to go in a bit more depth for things like quadrupeds and such, but it's mainly just going through and testing a bunch of things right now. Tail B, I believe I haven't had much time to even set up things outside of work at the moment. I believe I did do some work on the weekend, just sort of setting up this B build. Where we've got all the new conventions. Yes. We've got our root control, we've got our body, and we've got ears and things like that. And how everything, in particular for like the rig modules, should all be organized a bit better. I've still got a ton of nested hierarchies and things like that, but everything has much more, it's much less rigid in terms of where things get parented, and where they're sort of stored, making it easier to access and remember where things are at like a glance. Yeah, because I've got basically the ears, that's a group. The tail's a separate module. What's under the ears? We got left and right. Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to keep those all separate. One thing we're looking at as well, so this is something. I've got textures on this guy. Is if you scale down, scale out, all this non-uniform stuff, it gives us issues. because turn on the joints. Because this joint, if I'm able to select it, thank you very much, is scaling non-uniformly, which then passes down that non-uniform stuff to the space of the joints below it, which then when it's like mixed in with a constraint and things like that, it just doesn't orient correctly. So I believe the solution is we need to turn off, is it segment scale? Oh, I think actually we need to do that before. Is it before? How did we do this? How did we do this? Segment scale. Is it turning off both? Yes. Both inherit transform and segment scale compensate are gone. But the problem with this means if we then use the global scale to scale down everything uniformly, that doesn't work anymore because that's not passed down the hierarchy. So the solution, I think, is to just like put that global scale value as an addition on top of this one. I think, potentially. Like ultimately, if I just keep it as is, like these don't have to be under the same hierarchy and things like that. I just want to make sure it works for game engines, which is the tricky thing, because I'm not entirely sure how the scale is passed down hierarchically in like Unreal or Unity. So it's something I need to test, but it's probably something I should script out anyway, just as like, oh, at the end of the build, if there's a bunch of scale connections, then we just plug in an additional scale thing on top. Because I guess, like, let's see. Squash that down. Let's say we want to scale globally him down about 50%. With this then, if we break that scale, and if we times that by 0.5, that would do it. Okay. I think there's something we can probably code in there. Like, what happens if we just turn off inherent transform and segment scale for that as well? Anything? Don't think it's going to matter because there's nothing else really going on. Segment scale, it's all constrained. And the difference is inherit transform changes things. Why? Not too sure. What was the alternative as well? We've got the tail guy. Did we set up the leg? Legs biped, because this would be another one. We set up a way to extract the joints. Did we actually extract said joints? Does not look like it. This is using, oh yeah, because we don't have that yet. This is using the old system. Ooh. How's everybody doing anyway? How's the start of the week been so far? Anything interesting? We're looking forward to this week, dreading this week. Cool, so we set up a T-pose and an A-pose. So these are using my old long-winded naming conventions. But if I've set up this correctly, I believe now I can put this as a dictionary inside this class. A poses 1, T poses frame 11. These all seemed named okay. And I believe we've got def extract joints from guide. Just call the super of that. I think that should be okay. So I centralize this code. So let's see. List is out of range. Because I'm not sure if I've got the complete proper naming conventions. Because I don't think I have compose dictionary. Guide root joint. Original side string. Yes. Original side strings. New side strings, joint dictionary. So why? $396. Oh, because... Is that the right one? Yes, it should be. Nothing special. Started work on a control library this week as the old one was quite obsolete and based on Mel. Those are always fun to do. Is that just like having a list of like controls you can easily like call from and just pull in for doing different control shapes and things? So it is saying index is out of range. Primary start joint pose roots 0. Have I? Let's do a reload of guide. What is it? Core guide? Oh boy, that's not even called in here. Wait, yes, it should be. Yeah, and also adding new shapes wherever you have one. Yeah, just, yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, because I've got, like, my library is text-based. It would always be really cool to, like, I need to set up a way to, like, take, like, a screenshot of the control I make just to jog my memory, because sometimes I just can't remember what they look like. And I don't think that's hard to do. I mean, yeah, text is fine. That's just, like, something I've always wanted to do at some point. So... doing similar stuff, the screenshot one. Yeah, see? You're way ahead of me, man. Pose roots. So we set the keyframe. A pose, T pose, that's fine. Oh yeah, because this isn't doing that at all. Why? Let's make sure that's actually going through first of all. Yes, good. It's not extracting. So why? Joint renaming dictionary equals pose dictionary. Oh, I think I've got it. Oh, so the guide root joint shouldn't be underneath there. 1 second, I just need to check one thing, and I can't have it on my screen. That should all be right. No, I don't want to refactor a bunch of code. Sorry about that. Oh, the joys of debugging. So there's nothing of that. Oh, do I have the right name? No, that's what it is. I am a dummy. This should work now. I knew it was something stupid.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Let's see. Will this execute? Yeah, boom. I was just calling the thing wrong. Duh. And that's set to 90. Extract set joints. And we should have... Oh, damn. Is it rotating? Why is it rotating? Am I setting the rotations here? Yes, I am. That's something I'll need to add an argument for as well. Because I think I need that for if it's Z up. But I think because this is a Y up, I can just take that out for now. Do the same thing. Let's just run that again. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, sweet. Because the issue is, it's like it was... Because this is Y up, and this is using a Z up axis. Although that doesn't seem to be oriented the right way anyway. Yes, that is wrong. Because there should be wires to the side. So that means X should be the aim axis. And Z should be that one. Yes. That's better. Let's save that quick. Whoop. Yumesh, did you work on RRR? I think I recall you saying something about RRR in a previous stream. Let's keep that. Let's just make sure this builds. Yeah, that didn't save. Damn it. Oh shit, I didn't save that. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I didn't. When I joined here, the project was just finished. Ah, that's unfortunate. I just saw it a few weeks ago, man, and it was so fucking good. I had no idea, like, what to expect when I was going in. Like, I heard it was good, but I intentionally, like, didn't read up on much about it. I knew there was, like, some animals involved and things like that. I think we talked about, like, a tiger or something last time. But my god, like, I'm really glad I stayed in the dark, because it was just, like, a complete shock to me, and my mouth was just, like, the whole time. I was loving it. So many visual effects studios worked in it as well. Like, the lists in the credits were massive. Alright, let's do that again. Aim is X. Up is Z. Correct? Yes. Alright, let's fucking save this. Extrude orient. Save that again. Update the data file. And set the guide again. Did it work? God damn it. Ugh, I really just need to spend some time updating my guide scripts so it actually properly saves set-driven keys, so I don't have to do it twice for some reason. There we go. Yeah, see, don't know why. Just works. Superstition, folks. Alright, but after that, now we can properly extract with the right rotations. Right, yes. Lovely. And I can set the A pose, set the T pose. Yep, cool. Okay. These are all renamed much more in a much more simplified fashion than what we had before. In fact, I wonder if I can sort of show the difference between them. Let's export this first of all. Let's pass. Whoa, why is this? Oh, because yeah, okay, whoops. Move that over. Cool. So under old basic, do I have biped legs? Updated leg positions. I don't think they'll be in the exact same position, but we can sort of compare, compare and contrast, right? I think. I might just quickly add a prefix, just so when I import, it seemed like it overrid the file for some reason, even though they got different naming conventions. It's because I got it selected. Oh. Prefix to nothing. Yeah, so you can sort of see the difference in my naming conventions for the joints already. So the joints are basically in the same position. They're all like same hierarchies and everything. But like the way I was naming them before was a lot more junk information. Where I had this idea in mind, like every single name had to be regimented and built in the exact same way. Which has benefits, but not, but quite a lot of drawbacks as well. Where I'd always specify there'd be like a unique modifier at the start, like, okay, this is a joint hierarchy, so we need to specify joints, you know, it's the joints. Then we have the side, then we have like the module or whatever it's under. It's like, you know, it's part of the root, and then, you know, it's the aspect of that module, and then it's a numerical value underneath that module. There's a lot of stuff in there, right? And the name gets very, very long, very, very quickly. It's kind of more useful in when referring to like a more specific section, like the legs or whatever, like joints, our left side, obviously the side makes more sense. Leg, okay, it's the knee aspect. It's the, you know, a 0 just to signify the, just to give a numerical signifier, and joint. But a lot of that information is not needed. Like that numerical signifier isn't really needed unless we have multiple of the same joint or like a similar kind of chain. Like we're already differentiating by hip, knee, ankle, all this stuff. So I was like, okay, we can get rid of that. We don't need to specify joints at the start every single time. Like it's inherently, like basically I'm saying this is a joint twice, you know? We've got joints at the beginning as the prefix and then joint at the end. Like there's a lot of similar information in there that's not needed. But like these all maintain the same sort of like, there's the same amount of strings in there separated by underscores, which isn't really necessary. Like I had it in my mind that that was beneficial, but it like that regimented sort of building of names isn't needed. Like it's more important to have familiarity. I feel like you get a sense of you basically you read the name, you understand what it is, and even if it doesn't like match exactly, like as long as the naming standard is sort of familiar to other naming standards throughout other aspects of the rig, then it's not too bad. So what I've sort of opted for instead is I now, rather than having like I think I called it like module, side, component, layer, descriptor, node type. Actually, yeah, what can I... 1 second. Can I, like, open WordPad or something? Oof, yeah, we're going low tech tonight, folks. So what was it? It was like module, side, component, layer, descriptor, and node type. So basically that was like the standard naming convention for everything in my rigs. And that's long and annoying and stupid. In fact, why are we doing this in WordPad? We can probably do this in like PyCharm. How do you increase size in PyCharm? Yeah. So there's a lot of issues with this. Like, yes, it's the same every single time, so it'll make sense every single time, but not every single node you create will require this amount of information. So the way I'm sort of doing it now is like prefix, side, node type. Oops. So this keeps... In fact, you could probably even break this down a little bit to maybe like descriptor, side, node type. So the idea being you can build an entire rig with just strings located in this section of the name. Basically, like that's like every node is going to have a unique name based on the descriptor. But if you want to use the same sort of like module several times, like, you know, say for example, you're building a control and the control has a descriptor like main, but you want to have a main control for, you know, a different side, then that's when the side comes in. If you want to have it in a different module and that's where you start putting that into the prefix. So this is how I'm constructing my names now. The side will always be the second last string. Node type will always still be the last string because that helps distinguish names between, you know, if you've got a joint with the same name as a transform or a control or things like that, just changing the node type at the end adds some distinction there. And then prefix can be used again to, like, you know, if you're using the same sort of name in different contexts, that allows you to sort of separate it up a little. So basically, like, yeah, you get rid of these aspects. The descriptor is always what's going to be the constant when you're building modules, and then you like add these other additional things to get rid of like the same name appearing again and again and again. So basically, like these three aspects always remain the same, and then the prefix, you just use that to elongate it and change things up, you know, because you could have something like leg A, FK, hip, L, transform. Then you can have something like leg A, FK, hip, but instead of it being a transform, you know, be a control, boom, you just change that name. Then for the opposite side, you know, you just change it over to right instead. You know, it's always going to be that second last string, so it's really easy to find it inside of your naming structure. Swap it out. And then conversely, you know, if you wanted to have something similar, but you wanted it in the, like an IK section instead, then all you do, same thing, but you change in the prefix, the FK to IK, hip, L, transform. Like, this is how we start building things and, you know, yeah, it's a lot more simplified, gets rid of a lot more junk, I feel. Oh God, and now I'm gonna forget like what my scale is normally at. Is this too big? Oh boy. How can you tell how much you zoom in PyCharm? I think this is my normal scale. Sorry, Umesh, I've been missing your stuff. Yeah, same here. The director's previous two movies were also fantastic, so it was expected that RRR was going to be amazing, but I will be very honest, it was unbelievable to see the amount of love that the movie got globally. So the first time that somebody actually chose to work, with some of the great VFX studios available in the country, and the results were jaw-dropping. Power sequence where the animals come out of the cages was the best. Yeah, dude, like that was... Yeah, I did not see that scene coming. Like I thought after the tiger thing was done at the start of the movie, like that was it. And then that happened halfway through. I was like, wow. I remember like the intermission, I turned around. There was like not that many in the theater, not many people in the theater here when I was seeing it, but there was like a couple sitting behind me and the person I was seeing it with. And I just said to them like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. And they laughed. It was, yeah, I've heard like when you kind of, it's a shared experience when you see it with like a big crowd, it's like absolutely insane. But like just seeing it in a cinema with all of the properly calibrated sound and everything, like the music is so good. And yeah, great experience, guys. Like if people who are watching the stream have not seen RRR, especially in the original Telugu language, you should definitely see it. It's great. And yeah, I try not to spoil too much because like it is good to go in knowing nothing. I feel like you just get a completely pure experience. Yeah, so what can we compare here, right? Like joints, L, leg, hip, 0, joint. A lot of useless information there. What do we got? Leg A, hip, L joint. Boom. Got rid of like 2 or 3 useless strings in there. Much shorter, still gives the exact same amount of information. I'm watching the scene now. This would have been amazing to see in the cinemas. Yeah, absolutely. It's. I think there's a re-release going on right now, Stephen. Like, because I think after the Oscars, I saw it at a. It's not Hoyt's. What's the other one? I saw it at Jam Factory. I can't remember what Jam Factory's. Is it Event Cinemas or something like that? Because they've got it in the original language and stuff. Like, it's on Netflix, but it's in Hindi, which is a Hindi dub. And I wanted to see, like, the original one. Because I was originally going to see it with... Like, I was trying to force my friends to go see it, like, a year ago, but nobody wanted to go see it with me. And I finally got the chance to see it again, or a chance for it to come around and see it again a few weeks ago. So, seize it if you can. I don't know if there's any, like, smaller... independent film places here that might do screenings, because like I'm sure there must be places that do like Rocky Horror and The Room and those kind of like standard ones. I wonder if they do it for RRR as well, because I imagine if you saw it in like a fully packed theater, it'd be fucking crazy. I experienced that same movie in India, especially in the south of India. It would be crazy experience. People whistle, dance in the front, bring newspaper confetti. Yeah, I've seen some of like the YouTube videos where people are like fucking screaming and things. It's insane. I would definitely get up the front and dance in the Natu Natu part. Did I say about the joints? Yes, I did. Okay. Do I just want to set up rig core for this? Yeah, maybe. So we got leg, biped A, rig core B. Not every time somebody plays that song, I do feel like dancing. I would play the song now, but I have a feeling my stream will get muted if I do. It's always like there's always like one copyrighted song or something that comes into my playlist, and it gets like a 5-minute section muted. That, and I don't want to spoil the song if people in the stream, in the chat, are wanting to watch it as well. Because, again, I knew of the song. I'd kind of seen, like, little bits of it, but I didn't know a lot about it. And when the sequence happened, like, jaw was on the floor. I was smiling. Like, it hurt my jaw. Because I was smiling, and my mouth was so wide open watching it. I saw John Wick 4 last weekend, like this weekend that's just passed. And man, like, I think RRR has just spoiled, like, action movies for me now, because, like, I was like, it was alright, it was pretty good, I guess. But it's no RRR. Both were about 3 hours as well. John Wick just felt like it was going on and on and on and on. The first John Wick is so quaint by comparison. It's like an hour and a half. Over and done. Was RRR released in Australia, or was it the first time? Yeah, Umesh, it was released a year ago, because I remember I was holidaying back in my hometown of Perth in Western Australia. And my friends and I, my old university friends, we were going to go see a movie, and we decided to go see Morbius. And then I saw, like, wait, no, RRR is on. I'm like, guys, we should go see this movie. I've heard really good things about it, but I don't know anything about it. And my friends were like, no, we don't want to see that. So instead of seeing RRR last year, I saw Morbius instead. And it was not worth it at all. So it had like a new re-release, I think, just after winning the Oscar. I think sometimes when films win Oscars, they just get like a small little re-release window. So yeah, it's been out for, I think, again for a few weeks, maybe in like limited screenings or something. Cool, dude. Oh boy, do not like. It wasn't even like Morbius wasn't even fun to like laugh at. It was a little bit. Like, I was laughing at it really loudly in the cinema. I think I was, like, ruining it for other people because, like, the cinema for Morbius was legitimately, like, full of people who I guess just wanted to see the movie. Yep. Would not recommend Morbius. Would recommend Cool as Ice.
Less Geo.
Why would they come to our concert?
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, RFC2616. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Feel free to say howdy in chat if you feel like it. Lol, I was also one of them who didn't see it when it was released. I saw it on OTT, and to this day I regret it. Would you get a chance to see it in cinemas, Umesh, or is that sort of like, is it done? Is its release history sort of done in India? Release history? Release schedule? Whatever you call it. Do I have the model for this guy? I do. Excelente. Actually, we could... Oh, this is an old naming convention for this as well. Body AM. It's probably better. It's done. They're not re-releasing it here. Ah, damn. I guess it's already earned like a bunch of billions of dollars, right? It was there for over 180 days. God. Yeah, hopefully they do like screenings somewhere. I imagine if you like go to London, in something like in Soho, like Prince Charles Theatre, I imagine we'll do screenings of it and things like that, because they do screenings of like The Room. Do you know Matthias, who used to work at NPC as well? I went with him while I was there. We went to see The Room and Twisted Pair, a Neil Breen film as well. Yeah, we're all like big, terrible movie fans. But I mean, it also plays good movies at the Prince Charles. So, and RRR would definitely fall under that category. What am I doing? Let's print the class variable for this. Got that. Body A. Don't need these. I can't believe you've committed sucked. What's that from? Oh, suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide? The greatest acting ever. Actually, yeah, can I find that? Sorry, Macross 82.99. Pausing you for a second. Here we go. Hopefully this is loud enough.
Jim! Jim! Call 911! Jim!
Oh, the acting.
Jim! How could you have done this? Jim! I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide? I can't help you out of this one, Jim. With all we've been through, I can't pull you out of this one.
Oh, bravo. Glorious. I like how it's got Lifeline Australia down the bottom due to the topics discussed in the video. That movie, man, like, it is a fucking slog to get through as well. That's, yeah, Fateful Findings. I've seen that. I've seen Twisted Pair, the one where he plays, like, twins, a good twin and an evil twin. I think he's got a new one out, like, which is a sequel to that. It's got Cade, I think it's called, like, Cade, A Tortured Crossing or something like that. Yeah, I try and get my friends to watch Neil Breen films, but, like, I have, like, a group that I do, like, bad movies with. But some of them just refuse, like, Neil Breen. It's just, like, they can't do it. It's too much. Bucket A. Alright, I need rivets. Let's take out some of these. Mish, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Hope you are not too tired. Is it slightly? I mean, because we're now off daylight savings time, Mish. Is the stream slightly later for you? Are you up slightly later in the morning? God, I'm lying in bed and so tired. Remember, get your 8 hours, my friend. It's very important. Take it from me. Later by 1 hour, yeah. I was like, was it last week? The week before? The stream started a little bit of a different time. I thought it was like an hour earlier, but that's just because daylight savings confused the crap out of me. Zero up is false. Don't need shapes. Don't need sheeters. Okay. Ooh, why is this? Did I not change this? Like bit A. Okay. Yeah, I missed out last week since it was way too late. We were looking at Maya 2024 last week. We went through some stuff with that. It'll be up. I think the VOD is still up if that stuff like interests you at all, Mish. But otherwise, it'll be on my YouTube channel in like a week as well. Gotta go. I need to wrap up some work. Have a great stream. Good night. No worries, Umesh. Have a good day, buddy. Don't work too hard. I think you should be wrapping up soon, right? God, it must be. Is it like India's what, like? Is it 5 hours? Is it just like 5 o'clock? A little bit later than that? 6 o'clock? 6. Oh, I'm getting pretty good with my time guessing. Yeah, you should definitely wrap up your work then, man. But we'll see you next stream, buddy. Thank you for joining. What did I have? Oh yeah, copied that. So wait, why am I? Yeah, that's fine. Weird. How's your week been so far, Mish? Let's get rid of these. see if this builds. It does not. Oh, excuse me. Good, just working on some assignments. I've got one due today, but I'm kind of lost using... Oh god, Nuke. The Final Frontier. I mean, Nuke is good for compositing. I just couldn't tell you how to do it myself. I think I've only used Nuke for, like, saving out image sequences and things at work. I could not tell you how to use the program. Very good, though, node-based. Has, like, a bunch of advantages over, like, After Effects and things. Why is this? Oh! Damn it. Is this leg or leg biped? Yeah, it is S. Leg S. Jesse FK! Welcome, Jesse. How's your week been so far? Up to anything exciting? It's not the most exciting stream tonight. We're just kind of doing random bits and bobs. We were discussing names before. Everybody's favorite thing. As in, like, naming conventions. We weren't discussing, like, etymology. Etymology of people's names? What's etymology? That's study of words. Entomology is something different. Yes, etymology. What's entomology? Entomology. Oh, yeah, that's oh, no, that's insect study. Entomology is study of insects. Both are very interesting to me, though. All right, so this should build now. Lovely. Smart import. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. So I need these two because they're the only ones that exist. Beautiful. Not too much. Production is ramping up, so I'm a little swamped, but nothing too exciting. Is it a cool? Is it? Are you in film, Jesse? Was that? Are you in film or games? What's the? I can't remember. I should remember. Switched October to games. That's what I'm probably thinking of. How is it, like, when you ramp up production in games? How is it, like, comparable to film? Because, I mean, to me, like, film was always, like, you're always on. There is no downtime. It's always just, like, a constant haze, you know? Is it, at least with games, is it, like, paced more? Because I do, like, freelance game stuff, but I've never really been in, like, the thick of production, you know? I basically come in and go away at different points. Right now, it's like how it would usually be on film. Okay, well, at least you're used to it, I suppose. Been in the trenches, man. This one would be 150 up in the R. Settings, water up axis is Y. Ooh, wait, no. What was that? Global control, it's fine. 150. Is it supposed to be, is like production just ramping up for a short period of time? Or is it going to be like this for a while? Is it going to be like, oh, this is what it's going to be for another year or two now? Where are you? Oh, wait, this is because, yes, because the Halo control will be built when the animation rig is built. Okay, that's all right. And everything, we've got that underneath there. Yep, hierarchy is much more simplified. Cool, so we might do some really rough skinning on this for now. Actually, we need to add some twists. Let's not do that. Let's do that first. Can't say exactly for how long, but we'll be like this for a while. Yeah. I wish you luck, my friend. Hopefully everything can just be automated, you know, just set up some automation, churn out the stuff, put your feet up. I am going to be back in 1 second because I'm out of tea and I am still thirsty. I will put it over to the Be Right Back screen. Give me 2 minutes, folks. Back in a tick. And we're back. Oakley dokley. So we need to set up twist chains. Twist chain for the upper leg, twist chain for the lower leg. Might be worthwhile putting in some interp joints as well. It's probably overkill, but good to test. How do I want to go about that? Do I want to do that actually? Twist for sure. Do I have anywhere I can just really quickly grab them from? I can probably grab them from an old one. I don't think they've changed. Put these up there. Well, I don't need arms, just need legs. So let's set up these naming conventions. So that should be hip, and that should be knee. Number of subtransforms, 3 should be fine. We do want to mirror it to the other side. Do parent to the reference joint, yes. We don't want to do bend at the moment. I would like to come back to bend, actually. Basically, with my twist chains, I can add, like, a curve to them, so you can, like, pull them out and do bendy joints and things. But I need to go back and do that in a different way. Right now, it's a bit too limited, but it would be cool to sort of bring that up at a different point. So let's set up in the deformation rig. We'll go self, twist joints. Dictionary list is going to be twist joints dictionary list. Let's set the deformation rig to be true, just so that goes through and actually builds that. And we should see, hopefully, that it builds all the twists in there for us automatically. Oh, I definitely need to, like, set these defaults. Cute. Yep, we got twist 0, 1, and 2. So this is where I was talking about before, like with my old naming conventions, like I would have a numerical sort of like suffix to denote, you know, when it's a sequence of joints or like a chain of them or a sequence. And it's useful in this instance, where it's not really needed for something like when it's just the standard hip, knee, ankle, because they're already got a unique name. But in this case, it's like, okay, well, for the hip, it's the twist chain, and we've got different joints in that chain. So it makes more sense to have like a longer name here, whereas for the hip, you know, less information is needed. So in fact, you could even rename it, like it doesn't have to be separate. I just like for visual distinction, I think having a separated numerical value often makes sense, but yeah, that could even be reduced, or like it doesn't have to be a numerical value either. You could change it to like A, B, C, you know, go up sequentially like that. Okay, it might be worthwhile then with all of this just to do a very quick skinning just to test this. Got body, hip 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, knee 0, 1, 2.
Cassie.
Cat.
Cat.
Willkommen. How are you, madame? How has your day been going? How is your painting? Ankle and ball. Ankle and ball. Let's bind this. Let us save this as skinning. First pass. Rough. Lovely. Painting was good. Did not get sunburnt. Did not get bit by bugs. 2 wins, I would definitely say. Do you have to wear sunscreen when you're out and about? Does it get like in HK? Is that like a thing? It is? Okay, yeah, okay. I should probably I don't think I ever wore sunscreen in Beijing. But I mean, Beijing is way higher north than HK. You should know better, Robbie. Always wear sunscreen. So when I moved back from London to Melbourne, the first day, because I'd never been in Melbourne before, so I was like, the first day I'm here, I'm going to take a long walk around. I've missed the Australian summer. And I completely forgot that you needed to wear sunscreen because, you know, being in London for 3 years, I never had to wear sunscreen once. And I was still in that mindset. And then I was so fucking burned. But it was like the first time in years that I actually had a tan, which was crazy. Like I was that burnt. It was pain. I think I had to lather myself in aloe vera for a while. But you always remember to wear sunscreen after a time like that. Damn it! Yeah, exactly. Damn it! Or...
Well, I'm an idiot.
What was the ones? Oh, I always forget which ones I add. Hold on. I'm not sure. Did I add some? Did I add some from like my recently? I just had no chance to do stuff outside of work recently. I need to it's been a while since I added some new ones. What's what's lie? I can't remember this one. Oh yeah.
Good, Pinicio, and don't you lie.
I promise I will never hurt you.
Ouch!
I forget which ones I add. This is great. Or you could leave the house, and then you wouldn't get... Oh, if I didn't leave the house, there'd be no point to get sunburned. Unless actually, I've got like big giant windows in my apartment. Like, the sun crests over like one of the apartments and like just beams in light into this apartment sometimes. I have to put down my sunshade, otherwise I go Morbius mode. I still wear it because my window gets real lit. It's lit. Thank you for understanding that my terrible English. It's like the you know, with streams, you just gotta sort of like interpret sometimes, right? Things are inferred. Get the gist of it. Wait, is this reversed? That's not right. Why are they building down there? Oh, because this is all named wrong. What the fuck? Damn it, Larry. Okay. I misspelled all my fucking joint names, guys. Whoopsie. I was wondering what was going on. Alright, well, tell you what. Let's just flood to body. Where's my damn it?
Damn it!
What else do I have? Oh, I forgot about this one.
Hell yeah. Hooray! Woohoo! Yay! Endless trash!
Can I get some damn it's in the chat? This is skin cluster 1. Whoa, it didn't show up. Does it have a cooldown? That shouldn't have a cooldown. Yeah, why does damn it have a cooldown? This is wrong, folks.
It's been...
Let me look into this. It's been you. Where are you? Where are you, damn it? It doesn't, yeah, it shouldn't have a cooldown. Huh, weird.
Damn it!
Oh, you guys spelled it wrong. That's why. It's ends, D-A-M-N-I-T. I was like, what was going on? There you go.
Damn it!
So you guys the idiots.
Damn it!
People are just gonna come in randomly and there's just gonna be Homer going, damn it, smacking his head over and over again.
Endless trash!
Do 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 do.
Damn it!
Come on, guys. Slice the pie. This is where everybody shuts the stream off. that's saved. Let's put that over here. Hamana. Bring, bing, bing. I am the crazy frog. Harim ba 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 ba. What did I rename incorrectly? Oh yeah, I missed out on the fucking knee. Alright, then that one's ankle, that one's ball, and that one's toes. Ooh. Kat, did you work on Stray Gods? Is that what I saw you talking about today? Yeah, you did. Oh, when did that happen? It was under NDA. Damn. Sneaky. Was it a while ago? Was it recently? Because I know it's been in progress for years now. Because when did Ben start working on that? Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. But I asked them, they say I could pop up. That's awesome. I'm very excited to play it when it comes out. Which is this year, I think, I think they announced that a while back, right? I recall seeing something like that. Okay, let us load up the guide again. Small thing. Small thing is still a thing. Story of my life. Let's see. Do we get... Why? Hip. Did I... New joint. Why the fuck are these not renaming? Oh, thank you so much, Kat. I finally became not a boomer, and I did go through and I edited or got rid of all the spam clips, because I think just bots do them in the background or something. There was just random 30-second clips of nothing. I think people do them by accident, or it's just bots coming in and doing it. So I cleaned them all up, and it's basically only the ones that you've clipped that were the ones that were left. Alright, what the fuck is going on with this? Original joint, knee, yes. Is it because I didn't fucking reload? I should have. God damn it. Yes, it was. Okay, well, this is good now. Knee name fix. Wish there was a different option instead of reloading. I understand why it works that way. I just dislike it. Man, Jesse, yeah, because I was having issues a few days ago, because I was reloading too many things under too many modules, and it was confusing Python or PyCharm or whatever. So I like went through and I just deleted a whole bunch of like reloads that I just forgotten to like delete. Eventually they just sort of like pile up at the top of my scripts, and I just can't be bothered like getting rid of them. It's probably horrible. Does I have? Yeah, I've got like reload up the top here for that one. Yeah, I think because I was like referencing or loading in something, which was then loading in something, and it was creating like a cycle somehow, or yeah, it was confusing it somehow, or it was like deloading a class that I'd already like specified, and it's like, oh, this class is empty. I'm like, what? No, that's not right. Nerd shit. Real trap shit. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Do I have damn, son?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Alright, now we should have a proper build.
Damn it!
I need to have a way of that like multiplying, so it just like pops up on my screen.
Damn it!
Have I told you guys the story of Damn It Larry? I've said Damn It Larry on stream a few times. Have I ever told the story of like why I say that? Oh, what the fuck? Why is this offsetting now? There's like, so back in like, I've said Damn It Larry for over a decade now. Anytime I just say damn it, I say damn it, Larry. Because back in university, the year above us, some guy made a animation, which was a pretty cool concept. But in the end, I found out it was like kind of an anime ripoff, like a ripoff of an anime that already existed. It's basically like a superhero who would only respond to crime if he got like paid for it. You know, it's like one of those things that's like, it's a social commentary on the police and things like that. But for some reason, like I always remembered at the start of his animation, there was a bunch of dialogue that was really fast. It was just a very strange way of opening this animation, where it would like be panning up this building, like 2D animation, panning up a building. And then a character would say, "Damn it, Larry! I know our company's big, but couldn't you get down the price of your services just as time?" And it was like, boom. Over it, like it's condensed down, said with like that kind of speed. And ever since that day, I've said, "Damn it, Larry." Anytime I say "damn it," I'm just "damn it, Larry." Even though there's no Larry, I don't know any Larrys. I've never met anybody called Larry. I think that's probably what made it stick in my memory, because like, who the fuck names their character Larry? Larry's like, you want to call your name like Buff Strongjaw, or like Steel, Max Steel, Max Power. Leisure Suit Larry. That's the only time I've heard Larry used in the popular lexicon outside of this one random university project I saw somebody do. I think this would have been 2009, something like that. Can't remember the dude's name. Probably better I don't remember his name. Alright, fucker. Why are you not posing right? Oh boy. Larry from the Walking Dead game. The Telltale one? Is that the one? I've worked in a Walking Dead game. The VR one that came out recently. That's like the first game I've ever worked on. Pretty sure there was no Larry in that though. Okay, what the fuck was going on here? So root, A pose, T pose, okay. That extracted correctly, so why were the feet off setting? By the way, Robbie, have you heard of Rising Sun Pictures? Yes, I have. They are an Adelaide VFX studio. Quite good to my understanding. They worked on like Elvis and stuff recently. Is this an import issue? No. Why were they offsetting? Wait, is that... That is... Okay. Ho hum. Defamation rig. Oh, okay. Asked because they were hiring for concept artist, but I'm also like, Adelaide. Adelaide's supposed to be great, isn't it? I've heard it's like a very quiet town, but nice. Maybe like a slightly improved Perth or something. It's kind of in the like the middle sweet spot as well. Like it's easier to go to WA, easier to go to Melbourne. All right, what the hell is going on with those legs? Let's do this again. Yeah, why the hell are they offsetting? That is not right. Why is it not pulling in? Oh, hold on. Basics, biped leg, yeah. Joints, main. It's got the right name. What the hell is happening? Definitely loading in latest. Smart import. Models main, joints main. But for some reason it's pulling in the wrong joints. Yeah, that's like the old version. I'm a bit lurky a little because it's Apex time. Enjoy your game. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. There we go.
Okay, Millhouse, you know the drill. Right! You go over and wow them. I hide in the shrubs.
Subdirectory. Joints main. This is very, very, very strange. Why isn't it picking up this right one? Tell you what, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, God, this is so archaic. Why am I using format? Ew. F strings all the way, baby. Alright, so let's see if this works. File name not found. Asset root. I'm about ready to start pulling out my hair, ladies and gentlemen. Legs biped A, yes. attributes, projects, RR rigs, assets, basics, legs, biped A. Do I not have files? Files, joints, main. Wait. Yep. Oh, this might be like really old for some reason. What the hell? It's pulling in shit that is not in the file. Oh, is it because it's under... Hold on, I have a feeling I know what it is. I fucking knew it. Yep, there was joints in another one of the files. Damn it. Damn it, Larry. I know a company's big, but could you get out to the press services just time? Alright, okay. This will all work now. Damn it! Well, I'm an idiot.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Lovely. We got everything working now, lads. It's a wee bonny rig. For being Scottish, I do an absolutely terrible Scottish accent. And that's me when I accidentally pushed the broken rig to our repo. It's just like, oh, just one absent-minded thing. And you're like, what have I done wrong? And just, yeah. At least I was able to find it, you know. I would look quite the fool. An April fool, as it were. Alright, now this better be the right twist joints. Yes! Okay, it only took us like 15 fucking minutes, but we finally got this all sorted out. Alright, it's time for tea, round 2. Or is this round, well, getting of tea round 2. Uno mas, back in just a second. I'll pop over to the right back screen. Don't go anywhere. I can tell it's nearing the end of the day when my my mug of pu'er black tea is getting increasingly lighter and lighter. That means I've had maybe like 10 cups today or something like that. Because at the start of the day, it's like jet black. You know, you brew it for like 10 seconds with the infuser, and it's just like jet black. And you leave it in for like a minute or whatever, and it's a little slight coloration. Still good, but okie dokie. These just constraints, yes. Okay. All right, let's do a proper temp skin. Ankle ball. Twist, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ankle ball. Oh, good lord. Come on, let me select it. I might change up the music as well. My cross is nearly done. Model, set that to normal. Wait, are you not skinned? Huh. Oh, I guess I didn't load it. That'd be why. Alright, again. Let's go back and select all those joints. And reskin. Well, that's actually not too bad. Body. Always gotta skin the mesh. 101 rigging tip. Yeah, hot tip, guys. If you want to be a good rigger, make sure you skin your mesh. Preferably 2 joints. You heard it here first. Like and subscribe for more hot tips on how to succeed as a professional industry rigger. Oh, so they have the internet on computers now. Ooh. You could get away from me, huh? A little tiny weight. Okay. Troll your colleagues by replacing all joints with transforms and hooking those up to the skin cluster. Technically, that does work, Jesse, I think. Like, I think any transform can be used as an input matrix. I just don't think the skin cluster likes that. Oh, it's hat time. Man, what hats? I haven't had a hat in a while. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with a hat. Oh boy. Alright, I'm running out of hats. Technically, I only have like 2 wacky hats, so we just got standard beanie. That's a different hat to one that's been on before. Otherwise, it's just the Bunnings hat and the Simpsons one that I have. I definitely need to get like a baseball cap or something, and I can like fulfill the balding VFX stereotype. Actually, I think my mum knitted me this hat. My mummy made it for me. But my mom says I'm cool. This is good, actually. This is a warm beanie. This is good. It's starting to get cold here. Shut up! Nobody likes Millhouse. Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough. Ooh, that's actually better deforming than it was in previous versions, I think. Feels like it's better. It's fine. Ooh, we might want to smooth that a bit. Let's save this. I think I can save over this one. First rough skin. Actually, it's yeah. I'm wearing like a cool piece of game swag. This is the first bit of free swag I've gotten. Hold on. Superseed Studios. Ooh. That's the game studio I do some work for from time to time. I've always wanted to join like the game swag category because like I've never gotten swag from like studios I've worked for, or if I have, I've had to like pay for it myself. This is the first bit of free kit that I've ever got before. Ah, my drip, as they say, as the kids say these days. Smooth that out. Let's grab those. Something like that. In fact, do I even... Might be a bit too deep. What if I take away... this. Has anybody had a chance to pick up Maya 2024 and have a bit of a play around with it? We had a brief look on stream last week, but I was wondering if anybody has had a look at it themselves and thought if it was any good. I think there was a big argument on Twitter this week about like Blender and Maya, like selections and things like that. Ugh. It's like the week 2024 comes. Like I posted my like desktop with all the different Mayas I had, and like I never get people commenting on my Twitter posts, but I got like 30 comments saying the exact same thing. Yeah, because I put like all my Mayas are next to my recycling bin, and people were making the same joke. Oh, you should put it in the recycling. Oh, it's suitable in there. Like 10 different people made that joke. It's like, guys, take a second to look through the comments and just see what you're writing is not original or unique or anything. Eventually, I just like muted the fucking thread. I was just so sick of it. Most people are like, yeah, you need to stop using Maya and go Blender. It's just like, oh, who cares? Use whatever one makes you happy. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, I feel like most of the time, I think I get a pretty good curated Twitter experience most of the time. Like, I've generally had pretty good experiences with it. But then this stuff started happening. I was like, oh, I see like how people can, you know, not enjoy it so much all the time. And this was like a fucking mild experience as well. I am pampered. The Blender people suck. It's like, I don't know how old you are, Stephen, but like back in the 90s, there was always the Nintendo and like Sega feuds, and like Nintendo and PlayStation and Xbox and PlayStation, you know, people get like weirdly tribal about the most inane things. Like, yeah, I don't know why people like stan Blender so much. Like, I get it's a great program and people really enjoy it, but like, there's nothing detrimental, like, oh, there's no need to be detrimental to other people's software that they happen to use. Like, a little, like, sly self-deprecation jokes just turn into people, like, fucking going scorched earth on Maya and things. It's very strange to me. It's literally just another software. Yeah, exactly. Everybody should be using Houdini. Come on, guys. That's where it really should be. Everybody should be using Swift 3D, a 3D software package that was used in tandem with Macromedia Flash back in the early 2000s. That's the only 3D software people should use. Ooh. That's not right. That's obscure. It crashes as much as my Blender does. This is the thing, like, touch wood, I'm probably jinxing it, but like, Maya like rarely crashes for me. And it's normally something I'm doing that it's like my own fault sort of thing. On the odd occasion, like, I'll be doing an NG skin cluster thing, and like, I know something I'm going to do is just like, is it going to break it for whatever reason? It's just like, oh, it's having trouble registering like vertex changes or something like that. That's the only real time that Maya crashes for me. I must be living a very lucky, curated life. Same for me. If Maya crashes, it's something that what I expect Maya to crash for. Like, sometimes it can be something stupid, but it's more like, I'm going back a version, I'm trying to save out a model, and it crashes, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like probably an old problem or something I don't normally have to deal with. Yeah, it's very rare that I actually experience it. Alright, so is this twist? Alright, that's pretty good. I can deal with that. And twist there, that's alright as well. Could be a little smoother, but I think that's fine for now. And this is definitely mirrored on the other side. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I think a lot of like the issues come when people are like doing massive model updates, and maybe you've got like your construction history is like, 200 tweaks deep or something. And if you haven't deleted your history, then you make another thing and it just like crashes and you're like, oh, why is it happening? That's why I just have it like toggled under quick use up here so I can easily delete history, freeze transforms, all that good stuff. Nice and quick. Now, where did I put the skin cluster saver? Grab that. Let's save this again. Damn it! Damn it! Okay, we got that saved, so now we can actually load the latest skin cluster, because we forgot to do that prior. First pass, and this is going to be body geo. Lovely. Let's put this off to the side. And bring back the script editor. Electronic mail or email. Brilliant. That is working. So we don't need a face rig, but we do need an animation rig. So I think, do we call this body? I think this is body. Yes, it is. So got the body. Don't need any drivers for that because it is free floating. But we will need legs for side in, left and right. Let's set up our module. Now we can steal from the old human, but we will have to update the dictionary keys to match our new system. Don't need the toes, just need these legs. And we don't want it to be from NM builds A, we want it to be from NM builds B. And it's no longer a component, it is now called a module. So, if we go to this, let's just copy this across, make sure, oops, we've got all of this. So I'm pretty sure we need module and side string, then there's only two we need to worry about. And this isn't anim anymore, this is leg A. And rig parent, do we need that? I think it should automatically pick up the rig parent and control parent, but we can find that out. And everything else should be the same. But we do want body module rather than the spine. Manipulator transform? Manipulator model. Manipulator transform. Call that body. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. I think this dude is pretty simple. I need to get our baseline going, just, I mean, not only just for this, like, legs guy, but I need to get, like, a standard human baseline going with the new modules, the new bees. To bees or not to bees? Oh, didn't update the joint name. What is the joint name? Like a hip. Leg a hip. That's the side and joint. Do appendage, yes. Appendage type is complex, yes. Lovely. I really need to update these control shapes, though. I guess they're okay. Actually, that's interesting. It's not building any of the pivot-based things, even though it should be. It should be picking up these and building pivots for them, right? You can go secondary. There should be controls here, 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 and there should be some automation for movement around. I have a feeling it's not picking up the right names, potentially. Biped, it's going to be under IK limb core. Do appendage pivots. It is, but it's not building. I think it should be okay. Let us find out what's going on. Base reference transform. Pivots do not exist. If these do not exist, check. Test. Let's do a few of those. That's module NMB, so we'll probably have to reload that somewhere. I love you. Haha, yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Ho hum, ho hum. So for those, that would be why I wasn't building before. Well, that sucks. Okay. So basically, the issue, I was building a layer name where I'm providing it as the descriptor, and that is the node type. The prefix and the side are already decided, and it was looking for legs A IK pivot base. But that IK, which is like the layer string, is not present in these ones. So rather than doing it this way, let's do it as naming. Do I have naming? Yes. Get name, self, module string, pivot base. Actually, could I do this as a module name? No, I can't, damn. Would I ever need to do that? Not really, I should be fine through this. Self side string and transform. So this is going to construct the name for us in much the same way. Why is that not updating? Ah, because it's not in brackets. That would be why. Thank you. Right, let's see how... Ooh. Double commas. Not commas. Apostrophes. Okay, let's run that again. See if it prints out the right names. If it does, we're a shoo-in. That's more like it. Though it still says the pivots don't exist. Oh, because it's transform, not joint. Haha! Uno más. Yes, perfection. So we can get rid of that. I guess I can get rid of that. Is this the end? Yes, it is. Okay, so we should have more attributes on the IK now. Yeah, we go. Foot curl, foot raise, we got the bank, pitch on the heel. Okay, this is good. I was wondering why that wasn't building before. And lovely. Oh, and have I got this set up? I need to do this. What's that? I've got a new ARG that I can use. But what do I call it? Is that not... like I set this up. Oh, you know what it is? Because basically what I need to say, come on. Yeah, I need to orient that. So what I want to stop happening with my IK joints, my IK joints, my FK chain, is I have an undesirable sort of look for this FK control. So the way my FK controls work is they just take the orientation of the joints they're building from. So you just feed it a chain, joint 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll build a control on every single one based on their sort of like transform information. The problem being is like for the foot, the ankle here, the orientation of this FK control isn't ideal. Like you can get away with it, like you can use it like this, but ideally we'd want something that's oriented a bit more like world space, just facing directly forward, which I can't do with my current system. So what I need to do instead is set it in my joint guides. So when this joint builds, the orientation is like more forward instead. But can I be arsed doing that at the moment? Because what leg module am I building it from? Am I building it from the new one? Oh no, I'm building it from the old one. I guess it wouldn't take that long to do. I need to remember in this one, what's it called? Do foot joint aim. That is the new one I added in. So yes, currently the joints, if you click on them, it'll be aiming down the chain like so, where really we want it to be aiming out in front. So let's rebuild our joint guides now and see if that updates. We'll have to re-extract everything, but shan't be an issue. Everything updates, let's see. And orientation, pointing forward. So everything else should still maintain the same. It's just this one we're sort of fixing that orientation. Cool. Let's extract those again. Import that. We can just save that quickly. As joint ankle FK. Aim. And this time, when we build, because of that orientation, the FK control should build in a more structurally sound way. Hopefully. Whoops, selected the wrong one, FK. Yay! So the control is going to look a little bit weird, but you can see now, like, if we just rotate it around, you know, it's sort of rotating more in like a world kind of sense and just gives cleaner rotation values to start from. So if a person needs to pose and things like that. I don't think it's like the biggest issue out there. In fact, you could probably go either way. Some animators may request like, it's a little weird to have it just pointing out in like more of a world space. Let's convert it back, but easy enough to do either way. I think everything else should be sort of oriented in a similar way. Yeah, cool. What else do we need? So that's moving around. That's all connected up. We can probably do with reshaping these controls a tad. Have I set up the root in a proper way? Is it constrained to the body? Yes, it is. So we should be able to move this around and it follows with. Yes, cool. So the root can sort of like move with the pelvis, the cog or whatever you want to call it. So this is useful for like games when, you know, you use the root joint to sort of like offset your character. So you sort of like, if the character's walking through space, you want it to be like directly below them for that reason. So that's a good kind of like handy feature to have, because if we turn on the joints, this root control will be connected up to the root, I think. Yeah, and it can move around. So when you move that control, that's where the root goes. Ho-hum. We can probably do to make the global control a little bit bigger. Global control, let's bump that up a tiny amount to 100. And we want maybe the control settings to be a little larger as well. Maybe say like double is about there. It's maybe like 8. Joint radius. How big is the joint radius? It's pretty good. Halo control. We probably want to bump up the scale of that maybe twice. Oops. Let's just do a quick run through of that again. We'll update these controls as well. But this one we can afford to just kind of scale up a little bit through the script, at least initially. I want it to be like double the size, something like that. Let's see how that goes. That's a bit more selectable. I said probably don't need the IK pole vectors to be out so far. Pull offset value, if we want it maybe in half. So let's change that multiply from 2 to 1. And let's extract the control shapes, shall we? So extract control shapes. Hide that for 1 second because model, I want to pull that out so we can shape things appropriately. Don't need everything. Don't need those, don't need that. Don't need these. That one's can go. Maybe want the control scale to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, the only ones we really want to change are these awkwardly shaped ones. Really. Excuse me. Something like that is probably good. Keep them selectable. And this one, how do we want to do? Maybe something like that. It's a very easy control shape file. Okay. Well, let's save this as control ref shapes. So that's feet. And then we'll also create a new subcomponent, control ref, data. Grab that here and we can save it out. So this is going to be legs by biped A. So files, control ref, data 0101. Once we save that, should see it come up in the data there. Cool. But what do you do with the value of the controls? We call them dirty values at school. Like in the script, Mish, is that what you're talking about? The control values? Oh, like the world space sort of values, because I'm literally moving these around in space now? Is that what you mean? Like they're non-zeroed anymore? Yeah, so what this is going to do is I'm actually saving out the world space information of these controls. So this is just like a save file that I've got going right now, but I've saved it out to a data file. If I load this data file, so like, let me just save out of that. If I load this, oops, shall we actually load the right one? Boom. It basically just refers to a JSON dictionary and reconstructs all of these controls for us in world space. You can see all of these ones, like all those values are gone, all the attributes are gone. It builds nice clean things with the orientation clean and like everything at the origin. What we do, like when I refer to this script, refer to this data file in my script, is it's saying, okay, we know the world space information of these controls. Let's use that to overwrite the existing controls. So I will show you where that occurs. We need to go replace control shape dictionary. Let's unhide these. So this is legs biped A. So if we don't have this on, it'll just build the controls as they were before. I can show you what that looks like. If I just comment out that stuff so it just doesn't load that in. Man, why do I choose like a bunch of boring music? Although I feel I just go through like all the same stuff over and over and over and over. Let's go. No, yeah. This is fine. Sorry, got distracted by music. Yeah, so if we build the legs, this is without the control shape file. So it just builds the rig as per normal, loads in everything. So we've got controls in places that are not ideal. So I've gone ahead, extracted those out, set them in a place just in world space where I think they're good in another file. And we then use that information. So we load that data now. And let's rebuild with that data loaded. It's going to place it in world space, say, okay, we want to overwrite that shape with this one that we've just set. And it just swaps out the shape. So it's not actually using the transform, it's replacing the shape itself. So we select the control, everything is still the same, pivot point's still in the same place. It's just like swapping out the control information. So in order to do that, like I can't remember how I've done it specifically. I think you have to like, it is slightly annoying because you do have to like calculate like relative pivot point changes and things like that. There are like kind of hacky ways of doing it as well. Like you could use blend shapes, world space blend shapes and things to sort of like override things that way. But yeah, like generally the most annoying thing when you're building a character is like, you can sort of see what I was doing before, right? I was going through my script and I was setting like, oh, I kind of want this control to be a little bit bigger. Let's tweak that value. Let's do this and that. That's fine to a certain point, but there's always going to be like certain controls that you like, you just don't inherently like the shape they are, or that they don't build in a space that's good. So like by just having a file where you're completely free to change what they are, change their color, change their shape, and then you just use that to override those controls in your script. It's just like super useful. Although I know some people have talked about like, you know, rather than setting values manually, you could maybe do like a recast sort of thing from where the control is. So it's like, oh, you know, it's this distance from here to, you know, the central point of the geometry where the control is to the outer point of the geometry. Let's set the scale to maybe double that or something like that. But, you know, this is another way of just doing it. And it's sort of just a bit quick and, is it dirty? Quick and effective, let's say that. Oh, I see, smart way to do it. I did this differently by looping over the points and storing values for each point with the API. Yeah, so, not too dissimilar to what I'm doing, Jesse. In fact, I think, like, if you look at my control shape file that I save all of my like control shapes out to. Where is that? NURBS curves. This is a JSON file. You can see, like, for all my controls, it's just saving out basically mel script information. So it just like saves out all the points, creates like a mel script that it just runs. Which is probably not the most efficient way of doing it. I think I built this several years ago. Like what you're saying, I probably would do maybe something like that now, where I'd, yeah, just save like point information and then just reload that or use that for world space coordinates or something like that. Ooh. Cat, it is a lot of numbers, but these are not numbers that I have set myself. I just press a button and all of them get saved for me. The miracle of computers. We're in the Matrix now, guys. Damn it! Did you win your Apex game, Cat? Mac Animates. How is the Crab Man going? The Crab is on an indefinite hiatus, Mac. Just because it was lasting. It was taking me a while to get through everything I wanted to do in the character. So I was like, look, I should probably just put aside some time to work on this thing. Just bash it out over the course of like 2-3 days. Then I have been consistently busy for about 2 or 3 months now, and I have not had a chance to actually do it because I've been too busy, basically working every single day. Yeah, it's getting to the point where, like, it's going to be a while till I can go back to it. I'm kind of, like, considering just, like, releasing a version with shitty skinning, even though I wouldn't be happy with it. Yeah, because, Scott, the guy, it's Scott? It's pretty sure it's Scott, right? Yes, Scott Denton, the guy who was modeled it. He was asking for it a while ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. This is like back in February or something. So, yeah. Please, even a whip version if it's still animatable, as long as there's no major proportion system changes. Yeah, it's largely going to be. It would be probably skinning updates and things in the future. Although I did just change a bunch of my control naming systems in the past few months, so yeah, I'd probably want to do this version with the updated things. But yeah, let's see. I'll see how things go. It would be a good sort of test to make sure my new naming conventions actually hold up on a more complicated character. Because right now, just standard biped fundamental animation rigs are not the most strenuous of tests for different systems. And what is the time? Yeah, I'm probably going to have to head off in a little bit. Ooh, actually, I can load a shader on this guy, because I'm pretty sure I do have a very basic one. Like a gradient or something. Shader. Do we have anything in there? We do not. Would I have it in the old character? What is it? All basics, biped legs, shaders? Yes. Shaders input. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that should be good now. Oops, that was probably very, very loud. Sigh. Yes, why wasn't that not loading before? Here we go. Blue! We got a blue guy. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, because he ain't got nobody. How does that end? To miss him? To listen? So we want this to be body shader. File. Actually, let's go that SHD lowercase. Oh boy. Come back. Thank you. And just to give these unique names, that all comes through, and we call that one SG. Oops, nope. U SG. And with that, I've got a save shader UI. Yes, I do. Oh boy. Okay, thought that was going to crash for a second. So this is legs, biped A, shaders, body, 0101. Save it as that. So it should come up in here once we save that out. We got a JSON file there. Storing that shader information. So all we need to do now is grab this location and pop it in here. Shaders, body, lovely. Other thing is I should probably save this scene file just to be safe. Shaders, body. Cool, cool, cool. Let's give that a run through again. Hopefully that all loads on the shaders. Woohoo! It does. Fantastique. On something like this side or something. Go out on a bang. Alright, is there anything I am forgetting on these guys? We've got the FK and the IK all set up and all oriented. Got this. Well, the twist is set up as well. Potentially could add some pivot spaces. Does it scale? Oh, it does. That's something that could definitely be looked at. Whee! Because we've got the pivot information there, where you can change the pivot by grabbing that control, pulling it out there. Actually, what are these called? So just, okay, main pivot. Although that's transform. Should that be a control? I think it should be a control. I need to add a note of that. Pivot TRS to CTRL. Do you have a secondary cog control? Not by default, but I believe I can add those in. Got to do pivot control. Single control module. Do I have access to the gimbal and stuff in here? Where are you controls? I probably should add an aspect of that in. Where is it? Do offset control. Actually, I can probably just put that into... control module. If I just set that to true, is that going to reload? Yes. Let's see if that goes through. I'm using them to avoid gimbal rotate order issues. Splitting the rotates between controls makes things a lot easier to do both flips and spins properly. Have it as a viz control as well if you need, not visible if you don't. So I believe if I've added that now, we've got an offset control on top of that, and this is like the standard control underneath. I believe, so I have like the option, so not all, this isn't like always visible in my scripts, but what is it? Offset control, and I think it's do gimbal control. So it's basically, you have the capacity to really easily add a control on top and underneath an existing control. So I think if I build this again, it'll add two in, it'll add one over the top and one underneath. We've got now offset and gimbal, and it like resizes them automatically and stuff as well. So you got like a really easy way of just adding additional levels in there. So if like an animator has animated a bunch on like the main control, and I don't have any of those other controls, and they're like, oh shit, you know, I need one underneath or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I can just quickly toggle one keyword in my script, and it just adds that in automatically. You know, it's just kind of slotted. Actually, I should probably even just do that as a... It's not control specific. I should just add like a script to do it in anywhere. Yeah, so, like, it's either that or you just, like, I build literally just another separate control and just have that being driven by it or whatever. Like, there's a bunch of ways to go about it. Because this is the way I just set it isn't very elegant because I'm going back into, like, my core script and just changing these values, which, you know, is just easy now, but I should probably just have a capacity to do it via script in my build somewhere. Like if I just specify the control, it'll add one above or below. Interesting. Yeah, let's gimbal and offset script. Cool. Had to animate a guy being thrown off a roller coaster once. Didn't have any offset gimbal controls in the cog and had to use some hacky locators setup. It was painful and gimbal everywhere. Yeah, like, does, is it NMBot? Does NMBot allow, like, space additions and things for, like, locators? Or either that or you just create a system yourself. Like, generally, I like to try and provide as much control to animators as possible, just inherently in the rig. Like, with this, this main control, I've got, like, the pivot viz as well, so like you can take this and, you know, offset it out there, and then all of a sudden like the character's now gonna pivot from that place instead. So, you know, rather than having to like pull the locator, set it out there, and then have the character rotate around or whatever, like there's the option to move the pivot if you want and things. So yeah, Anibot would have saved my life, but wasn't using it back then. Do you have to pay for Anibot? It's not free, right? I imagine because it's like got so much stuff in it that you have to pay a certain amount for it. I have not used it myself, but all the animators I work with use it, so I gotta make sure my rigs are Animbot friendly. And about subscription based. Yeah, you have to pay. Yeah, I feel that's like fine. I guess if they're constantly adding new things and everything, like I use NG Skin Tools. NG Skin Tools isn't subscription based, it's a one-time payment thing. I mean, you can still use it for free as well. Like Victor's really generous in that regard, but I use it so much that I did buy a license for it. I think I might be wrapping up, folks. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do tonight, because it's after midnight now, and I have to work tomorrow. Anything else I am missing? Got the legs. Everything's sort of set. I think this is probably a good place for this. Actually, let's just do one more build, make sure that all builds without those additional things, yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much else. Cool. Yeah, I might leave it there then, folks. Thank you very much for joining tonight. As always, if you want to join our Discord community, hashtag exclamation Discord and chat, my socials are as follows, if you haven't given me a follow already. Thank you very much to all the subs who keep this stream going. I always appreciate you. And thank you to who followed tonight. It was RFC2616. Thank you for following. I will be streaming again same time next week. Hopefully with something a little more planned ahead of time, depending on how my work goes. I think I might have some time, free time, from Wednesday or something next week. So it might be on the cusp on like when I'm finishing up work. So hopefully might have something a little bit more interesting to go on with then, or we look towards building another wacky character, as it were. But until then, folks, thank you for joining as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Don't work too hard.